And we have our first speaker, Studi.
Studi?
Oh, yeah. Studi's favorite sport is badminton. As usual, stretch is part of the sport also. And Studi went to a seminar to help us in a retreat that has a special medication. It's called
Vipassana.
And let's welcome Studi.
How many of us feel that we need a vacation? Sometimes I hear people say that their vacation was so hectic that they needed a vacation from their vacation. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests, today we will learn about a Vipassana meditation retreat, a vacation that is good for the mind and the soul. I would encourage you to consider this the next time you want to get away from the hustle and bustle of daily life. What is Vipassana? Vipassana means to see things with your eyes open. Vipassana means to see things as they really are. Now, this is a very ancient technique that was developed by Gautama Buddha back in 2500s. Gautama discovered this as a remedy for all ills. After I did this retreat, I felt really calm and peaceful. In the morning, I would go for walks or just look at the dewdrops on flower petals, and it would be so relaxing. After lunch, when I would walk in the fields, I would see almost miraculous aspects of nature, and it was really tranquil. I'll tell you a little bit about what Vipassana is. Vipassana is something that we do for ourselves. It's self-transformation through self-observation. There are 3 rules to this technique on how we learn this technique. The first one is to live a model life. This was relatively easier for me to do. We must abstain from any actions, vocal or physical, to disrupt the peace and harmony of other people. The second step is controlling our mind. This was relatively challenging because it's very difficult to focus your mind on one thing. And here the goal is to focus it on the observation of our breaths. So we inhale and exhale, just like Camila was doing today in our exercise and inspiration. And we do this. And this is to help us stay focused and stop any outside thoughts that are coming to your mind. It was a bit challenging because sometimes I would think about my family in Seattle. The third step is the outcome of the first 2 steps. And this is purification of our mind, because we develop insight into our own nature, our own personality. This is to clear all the mental defilements that we may have. This was a step that brought real tranquility to me. Now, there are 5 precepts to Vipassana. In order to subdue our mind, we must abstain from killing any living creature. We must abstain from stealing. We must abstain from all intoxicants. We must abstain from telling lies. And we must abstain from all sexual activity. Now, Vipassana is an art of living. It's the cultivation of human values so that we can lead a life that's good for us and for others. We've discussed what it is. Now let me tell you a little bit about what it's not. Vipassana is not a religion, even though its essence came from Buddha. It's a way of life. For instance, We Toastmasters like the room downstairs, but once in a while we do get the small room by the pharmacy. What happens? We might develop a little negativity or some mild irritation. And this is happening because our wants and desires are not getting fulfilled. So we feel fearful, anger, upset. What do? Sometimes we drink a glass of water so that it subsides. Other times we may just count 1, 2, 3, 4 so that it just subsides. But we're just pushing it into the recesses of our heart. And when we push it into the unconscious, then we're running away from the problem. The other extreme is expression. We may express it, oh, I am so angry. And we just express it, and it might lead to other problems. What Vipassana tells us to do is avoid both these extremes. Extreme of expression and extreme of suppression. We need to just look at this mental defilement, observe it. And when we do that, it begins to lose its strength and slowly withers away. Vipassana teaches how we should live. Nobody would object to a code of living that encourages and respects the life of other people. Because anger is anger. It's not Christian anger or Hindu anger or Muslim anger. So even though the essence is from Buddha, it is a way of life. I encourage you to consider this because you will yourself find out the benefits that you can derive from a relaxed mind. Today we learned what Vipassana is, what it's not. It's not a religion, it's an art of living. The 3 steps to learning this technique of meditation and 5 precepts. I have a few flyers for you which will give you some more information about this technique. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you, Judy. I had to learn my way as a life of a Toastmaster today and reduce my stress. Let's have a 1-minute evaluation of Judy, please.